Before the achievements, before the celebrations, here's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
A sunny Friday evening in Adrian, Michigan. No better place to be than at the Arrington Ice Arena for game number 2 of this ACHA Division I matchup between the Northwood University Timberwolves and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Sean Whitmer. Yesterday, Bulldogs took game number 1 of this weekend series, or mid-late week series, by a score of 5-2 in regulation. It was a solid win for the Bulldogs, but it certainly wasn't clean. It didn't start very well, as Northwood really just came out of the gate flying. They scored the first goal of the game early on in the first period. It was Alex Badanko who got that opening tally. And then from there, the Bulldogs, as they started to get their feet wet a little bit, were able to respond. They got a shorthanded goal from Keegan DeCalloway and a power play goal from Mateo Turin to take a 2-1 lead into the second period. From there, all Bulldogs scoring was on their side. Had one in the third period that I'm sure that Peyton Traska would like to have back, but they definitely need to have a cleaner game today. If the Bulldogs are going to get win number 2 of this series, what do we think we're going to have to see from this squad?
Well, the Bulldogs are going to have to come out of the gates hot. They came out lethargic, as you mentioned, and I think the coaching, the rest of the team really helped them grow into what we know this Bulldog team to be. They're energetic, they're physical, they get up and down the ice in a quick manner, and they try to score with ease. They came out flat, and then they turned things around and did exactly what they needed to do going forward.
Would it be fair to say that we would expect a more conservative and strategic game plan from Coach Astalos for his team?
I would assume so, going into this game, knowing what you're seeing from the other team. You've already seen them yesterday, and it's going to be a lot of the same thing from the Timberwolves going into this second game of the series. They're going to want to do a lot of the same things because they're coming in a lot more confident than you would think looking at the scoreboard.
Of course, too, it is early on in the season. You're starting to figure out your line combinations, things beginning to click. You're getting to that full capacity swing at this point in the season. Of course, we look a little bit ahead in their schedule. Next weekend, they face against Pittsburgh right here at the Arrington Ice Arena, and then one of their big game weekends against Liberty the following weekend here. I think the writing is on the wall that this needs to be a clean win today in order to get to the following week so that the next 2 weekends of games wind up in a good spirit.
Confidence and momentum mean a lot in every sport, especially hockey. And as you mentioned, if they can get a clean win here today, that can give a lot of confidence to your team, and it can really swing momentum as you move forward into the rest of this slate.
Of course, and we can't forget to shift our attention over to Northwood, who, despite the score, actually had a pretty solid game. We talked about it a little bit. They started off the game very fast. They scored the opening goal of the game. Alex Bedenko got that one past Peyton Trasko. A little bit of a fluky goal, took a weird kick off the ice, but it doesn't matter because it found the back of the net. They were dominating early and then slowly started to let their foot off the gas, but they weren't shy of laying down the physical play, and they really gave the Bulldogs a tough test earlier on in that first period. I'm sure that we're probably going to see a similar effort here today.
Yeah, and a lot of the mistakes were on special teams yesterday. They gave up 3 goals on special teams. Quick math says if they close things down, it's a 2-2 game going in. Another aspect of it was they just fanned on some really easy shots. Traska's playing to his left, the puck slips to the right, and it's behind him, and they fan on the open look. Things like that where you just have to clean up those simple mistakes, and you're looking at a completely different scoreboard.
Absolutely, and I'm sure with a little bit of rest tonight, they're going to be a little bit more energized heading into this game. Some motivation to really prove this team wrong. They have a lot more strong of a schedule this year than they did last year. Really, their only tough test last year was against Calvin, which is a series that they split, and we talked about it yesterday with Tyler Ackerman. Calvin is a team that the Bulldogs wound up facing in the GL6 final, and that's a national title team that plays in the tournament every single season. So for me, I think the biggest thing for them, they got to replicate that same start from yesterday. Need to stay out of the box because the penalties will kill you, and hopefully from there they get a better result.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I think that's exactly what the coaching staff for this Timberwolves team is going to preach. Just do things the right way, play physical, but play clean and physical. Don't make the simple mistakes of having a 6th player come onto the ice. These are things you can control. Control the controllable and let everything else get out of the way, and you'll walk out with a victory.
Well, both teams have a tough test ahead. Game number 2 coming up shortly. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Puck drop soon to be underway. And then, of course, we have to shout out one of our most important staff members around the rink here, Carly Costello, celebrating her 400th game worked as an Adrian College Bulldog. Very integral part of our ACHA and NCAA hockey program here on campus, with some great photography, videography, and social media content in the works for her. Carly Costello, major shout out to you as she's congratulated by her fellow Bulldog teammates here at the AAA. But Friday night hockey here in Michigan, Northwood and Adrian College. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. We got a good one here for you at the AIA. We talked about it a little bit. Need a fast start here from Adrian College to begin this game. Very, very sloppy beginning to their game yesterday. Need to find their rhythm and their pace of play early on in the season, of course, but I think that's going to be really huge as we get set for puck drop.
Well, we had mentioned that this is really the first test since Calvin of last year for this Northwood team, and that was really their only test. This is the first real series of the season for this Bulldogs team as well. Their series against Trine, they were playing against Trine's Division II team, and while Trine came out and they did their best, the Bulldogs made work of them as we expected. So coming into this series, I think this is really what the Bulldogs are trying to show they can do going in to the rest of the season slate, as it only gets tougher from here.
Peyton Traska for the Bulldogs will make his return to the crease for the third consecutive game this season. And Peter Baldwin, new for Northwood on the other side as we got 20 minutes up on the score clock. Puck is dropped, and we are underway from the AIA. Northwood controlling the puck as an early hit from Eli Reimer. A back step from Nathaniel Mott as this is picked up by Sam Asanawe. There's a wraparound chance. Traska goes to cover it. It's loose as we'll continue on. Heading towards the far side boards. Mott takes a swipe at it. Dead angle shot. That whistles by the shoulder of Traska. Along the wall, D-to-D pass. There's a hard shot. That's well wide. That came off the stick of Robert Vanderdonk. Quick ticky-tack play from Justin Jammer as he sends a pass for McLaughlin. Reimer was tied up and never made any contact. There was no icing, but Smith absolutely leveled into the boards, got the icing waved off in the process. Jammer, a blind backhand pass, turns it over. Mott will pick up the pieces at his own red line and will dump this in towards the goal cage of Peter Baldwin. Gajewski coming flying in from the other end of the ice, sends a nice contact onto Crawford, who whistles a pass upwards as this is connected to Tegan Schurer. There's Keegan DeCalloway 1-on-2, ran into a roadblock. Now it's Gajewski looking for a shot, lets it go off the blocker, way up into the rafters. The officials lost sight of it, might have made contact with some of the overhanging banners. And we have our first whistle of the game, 18:34 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, we mentioned in our pre-show the level of physicality both of these teams are likely going to bring, and they're not disappointing here to start the game. It's been big hits from both sides, some smaller players just laying it all on the line, flying in with reckless abandonment.
Through the neutral zone, this puck goes. Will travel the length of the ice, and we'll get some deja vu as we get an icing call just some seconds later after our last whistle.
So quick rundown on freshman goalie Peter Baldwin for the Timberwolves. He comes in at 5'8" out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio, so not too far from home, but
there's Caleb Mins, a drop pass to Hunter Allen, who ran into a shoulder as he fights for this puck. Takes a tumble, and it's flipped up into midair. Will settle down on the ice for Stangline. Stangline thrown into a tornado as an errant pass. Will go all the way down. Milos Todorovic picks up and loses to Luke Marley. Marley around the boards for Mins. Stops it quickly and gathered now by Todorovic. Marley driving to the net, lets a shot go just over the shoulder of Peter Baldwin. Good seeing eye shot there, just needed it to stay a little bit too low. Dump in to the blocker's side of Traska as the puck is rimmed around the boards. Gathering in his own zone is Brandon Nye as he'll flip it through the neutral zone. In reverse is Todorovic as he's still out on a long shift. Baker with a hit on Weidman. Traska playing the puck. Intercepted for a moment. Now on net, scary play there. As gathering it in his glove is Peyton Traska. Continuing on, Cash Reagan will drive this up the right wing. Scraping against the wall, a backhand is poked to the left corner. Nye sends it back the other way. Nye separated from the puck by captain Milos Todorovic. Nye has it and goes to the point. And Ryan Brow as his wrist shot into the chest of Baldwin. Another solid save from him.
With the freshman in goal here for this Timberwolves squad, the longer they can keep things scoreless, the better off it's going to be for his confidence moving forward and for their team's confidence as they try to steal a win here today against the Bulldogs.
3:10 into this one as the Bulldogs win the offensive zone draw. Point drive is blockered away by Baldwin. I don't think he's seen a shot to the left side of his body yet. It's all been off the waffle as that's tipped in front. And a good pickup from Baldwin. Had to stay aware there. Adrian College did a great job at creating traffic in front of yesterday's goaltender. And Mason Matthews stands at 6'6". Stratsky waiting and dishes the jammer. On the outside of the right side circle, will get it back, a drop pass. Stratsky has to step off his assignment as Brow will elevate this just a bit too high into the protective netting. Both sides will make changes for their offensive and defensive pairings. We'll get our draw at center ice.
Yeah, Bulldogs have done a good job at creating some opportunities for themselves, but Baldwin's looking really good there to start his day.
Diagonal pass upwards as it was before the red line and will be icing. It was intended for Trevor Stengline. One of the players who definitely had a solid game yesterday. Saw his name quite a lot throughout the course of the contest. I'm sure we'll see more of him today.
How much does that confidence give you a boost in between the pipes there if you're the goalie and your team's doing everything they can to help you stay clean?
Just makes your life a whole lot easier, you know? Just like if all of your set plays as a quarterback are running perfectly, all your guys are right where you need them to be, you don't have to do too much other than just throw the ball, and in this case for a goaltender, as long as you can see the puck, you're going to save it. DeCalloway took a tumble as he'll recover quickly. AC tries to forward a pass as it's off the marks and icing. So no change will be able to be made for them.
Looked like Baldwin didn't even know if it was actually icing or not. He just threw that hand up there and hoped, as he couldn't tell if it got tipped.
Defensive zone draw for the Bulldogs. March's foot play on the blue line. Can't keep the puck in, so he has to take it back and dump it in. Change in possession as now it's held on to the yellow sweaters. March lost control. A soft pass from Turin is intercepted momentarily. Mott tried to make quick work. This is Baker from a sharp angle, patted away by Traska. Held on to the post in the RVH position. Here goes Hunter Allen off to the races with a burst of speed. Gets around his man and Todorovic and is separated momentarily from the puck. Mins will give chase after it as he's blasted by Massaro. Dribbling in between the hash marks, off to the left side boards. Toth with a high riser off the glass. Blockered away once more by Baldwin. Mins to Zaski at the blue line. Toth will put this into the shallow corner as it exits the zone. Zaski to Allen. Is looking for some space to operate. Almost had it stolen from him. And is able to get it deep. Todorovic takes a hit from Mins. Allen with a shifty move gets around one man but loses the puck. Zaski a fake shot. Now off for Marley. Runs into the official for a second. Blind behind the back forehand pass from Marley as he'll get off the ice for a change. Baldwin escorts that puck aside. Shifted around the boards. Nye with some speed, fresh off the bench. Here's Reagan looking for an angle wide to the glove side. Right area of the net to shoot on. Just needed it to be more to the left. Trying the hip check with Zach McCarthy. Came up empty-handed. Strasky's pass banked off the skate of Nye. 13:40 left to go here in the first period. No scoring just as yet between Northwood and Adrian. Reagan attempting to do it himself. Gets around Sigmund. Nye leveled into the boards. One-on-one puck battle along the wall as Weidman steps in for support. It's pulled out of the group by Sigmund. A quick pass, now it's Garber. Lets the shot go. Save from Traska, and the rebound kept out. Traska doesn't know where it is. Bulldogs with some stick taps from the bench. Reagan to Weidman over the line. He's on sides. Tries to dance through a man, is unsuccessful. Mile on the top of the right circle. Dropped off for Reimer. Dancing around, looking towards the net, still doing it himself. Just popped up in the air and out of the zone. Back to get it is Mott. Mott's pass tipped at the blue line by Smith, and it's called down for a high stick. As we'll take a stoppage, 12:27 left to go in the first.
Well, by this time in yesterday's game, we had seen a goal, a penalty, and a bunch of extracurriculars that didn't get called onto the stat sheet. However, looking over at that save that was made by Traska, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and I think on the first save he was good. Everything else kind of got lucky.
Here's a breakaway chant for Stengline. McLaughlin was right there to shadow him. Reimer trying to force a turnover as this puck in front of the scorer's table. Now it's Croston over the line. His wrist shot gets blocked away by Traska. Horizontal pass distributed for Justin Jammer, and the Bulldogs are offsides and denied entry into the O-zone. 11:54 left to go in the first period. Definitely a more controlled start for the yellow, black, and white. Look way more comfortable than they did yesterday.
I think it's a lot more of the same for the Timberwolves. They're still making some of those mistakes that are just leaving points on the table for themselves. They had an open net, and they didn't take advantage of it when Traska couldn't find the puck.
Shifty move from Sam Asanawe as he drives in towards the net front area. Badenko, who had a goal yesterday, turned the puck over. DeCalloway ahead of the play. Possible breakaway. Here's DeCalloway heading in on that. Lost the puck. Will pick it back up. Goes low for Gajewski. Back for DeCalloway. Look for the backdoor chance, but nobody home. Drive from the point just goes wide as it'll skim around the boards. Clanked off the high glass and drops down. Toth has to play it over for his D partner in Toth. Gajewski off for DeCalloway. The dump-in was a shot on nets, and it was blocked away by Baldwin. That outstretched pass will also be whistled down for an icing. So another halt to play, 10:59 remaining in the first period.
That long saucer there looked like it had some eyes for the official in the corner trying to take him out, maybe not liking some of the calls that they're getting right now.
That was Bill Jones who got out of the way, one of the officials that we see quite frequently here at the AAA. So happy that it didn't hit him. Chance in front of the net, nice pad save. And some extra pushes and shoves after the whistle.
This is some of the extracurriculars I had mentioned that sometimes don't get called. In a situation like this, you could usually expect it to be called. I haven't seen the door open, and there it is. So he's going to serve some time.
That's Zach McCarthy. I didn't see what the signal was on the call, but the Bulldogs will get the first power play opportunity of the day. They did have some power play goals yesterday. One of those was in the first period, not from this unit, but the Mateo Turin unit. But it's DeCalowie, Jammer, Smith, Gajewski, and Zaski. Here's Gajewski, tipped in front, off the point drive, and stopped just barely by Baldwin. That was in the paint, and that's the deflection play that the Bulldogs have executed on a couple of times early on in this season. Trying to work the magic once again. Only 5 seconds ticking off the clock.
Well, this is a freshman goalie, but he has a lot of experience prior to coming in. He's a freshman as far as collegiate hockey goes.
There's Zaski walking the line. No look for him yet. Now rotates to the top of the circle. A backhand pass from Smith to Gajewski. Off for Jammer as he scans. One-touch pass. Playing catch with Zaski, and Gajewski will give it right back to him. Zaski's shot deflected off a stick and I believe hit the face mask of Colin Baker and deflected into the net area. So 30 seconds going by in the power play. Baker took a stumble there. Don't know if he stepped on something on the ice. A little bit of a weird play. McLaughlin handles the puck off the draw, has Turin to his left. That's who he passes to. Quick shot from Turin. Stopped by the right pad of Baldwin. In the corner was Reagan. Reimer has it at the line. McLaughlin to Raymer, now to Mintz. McLaughlin to Reimer. Looking for a shot. Lets it go. Blocker saved by Baldwin. Redirects it into the netting. That's a solid stop from number 36, Peter Baldwin.
Yeah, and speaking about collegiate eligibility, on this Northwood team, they're very young. They only have a few players that are above a sophomore. And that's only 6, if I counted correctly, so.
McLaughlin to Mins outside of the right hash mark. Will carry up top. Lets it go. Smothered by Baldwin. Comes up with another big save. And the freshman doing his job. Has some solid Tier 2 junior hockey experience. Played with the Casper Warbirds and the Rock Spring Grizzlies last season in the NCDC. Over in the West Division. Mins with the wrist shot. Tipped in front. Reimer stuffs it. A power play goal for the Dogs, and they open up the scoring. It's 1-0.
Once again, special teams does it for the Bulldogs. That's their 4th special teams goal in 2 days, and it came off that deflection as Baldwin just couldn't cover it up in time. Made it an easy rebound score for the Bulldogs.
Not a whole lot that Baldwin can do off that. Pass off pad play, the rebound with plenty of open space to put it in the back of the net. And a good early lead for Adrian College. Marley dancing with it in the neutral zone. Ripped into the D end by Asanawe. Rao has it. Flips it through traffic. Marley pokes it free. 3 men on the puck. They send it into the hash marks. Marley couldn't caress it in time. They'll have to back it up to head forward to delayed offside, so the Bulldogs couldn't enter the zone. And now they'll head back after it. Off the boards and down. 8:55 left to go here in the first period. This is Allen, a drop pass to Marley, trying to work their magic. Chance in front. Where's the puck? Sitting on top of it was Baldwin, and now we got some action. Some animosity carrying over from yesterday. I'd be curious to see if this went in the back of the net.
I completely lost sight of it. I'd never seen it get past Baldwin, and then he laid down to insinuate he was covering it up, and he just threw it out of his glove. So I never seen it find anything behind him.
So matching penalties, Luke Marley will go to the box for Adrian and Colin March for Northwood. And we'll get some 4-on-4 play for the next 2 minutes. It's interesting because it sounded like Adrian was starting to celebrate on the bench.
I think the bench area started celebrating, but everybody on the ice was still fighting for the puck. So that indicates that maybe they seen something we didn't, and it didn't cross that line.
Here's Croston knifing into the O-zone as he's worked hard by Zaski. Top of the blue line, it's dumped in. Zaski and Croston still tied up. Finally, they separate. DeCalloway takes a slash on the right elbow, but continues on. DeCalloway looking to make his way in. Shut down on the entry by Sigmund. Gajewski angling the body of Garber off as Toth has it deep in the defensive zone. Zaski will decide to take his time with the puck as Turin, McLaughlin, and Reimer out with him as it's dished to number 2, the freshman. Todorovic now will have a chance to start it behind his goaltender. Here goes Todorovic with a burst of speed. Can't get through Turin. 2 yellow sweaters to his puck as it's stolen. Maybe an odd man rush. Here's Turin on the right wing to the slot. And McLaughlin couldn't get the puck. Reimer skating around the zone. His pass is picked off and stolen by Asanawe. Shut down quickly by Mont. Asanawe gets it back. Bedanko. Around the boards he goes. McLaughlin right there to meet him. Reimer, a short pass to Turin. Off the boards and down. McCarthy has this. And both squads now even strength, back to 5-on-5 play. Brow along the boards is able to force the puck out of the zone. Jammer with a rink-wide pass that's taken and sent down behind the net. Traska will stop it on his forehands and leave it off for Cale Strasky. Jammer to the far side wall. Now it's Nye. Takes a hard hip check and takes out the official in the process. Hopefully he's okay. Hockey a contact sport, so whether you're a player or official, have to be aware at all times. Brown using his muscle to send it underneath the red line. Nye lost it in between his feet. Jammer transitioning the puck up to the top of the point. There's a wrist shot that gets blocked in front. Strasky lets one go, and it's deflected into the netting. A good chance for AC. 5:43 remaining in the first period.
That big hit there was by Chase Temple for the Timberwolves, hitting Nye and the official. And I think it was a little bit of payback as Cash Reagan had put a Timberwolf player into the bench area and really racked his ribs around that bench cutout in the wall. So just physicality going back and forth between both these squads right now.
We saw a little bit of physical play yesterday and definitely some fighting that got broken up by the officiating staff. Had a feeling that we'd see some of it carry over to today, but hopefully it stays as clean as possible. Both benches need all their players eligible. Of course, you can't fight in college hockey. Only fight in juniors and at the professional ranks. So the less crime committed, the better.
Well, it's not legal to fight in college hockey. They'll still do it.
They still will, but suspensions pending.
We see that from our D3 team quite often.
Mins tried to knee the puck as it bounced down to the ice. McCarthy with a hard wrister that goes off the boards. Helping him out. It's sure lifted up into the rafters as we'll stop play. Less than 5 minutes to go. Only a 1-0 game so far between the Bulldogs and the Timberwolves here at the AIA. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on ACTV this evening. Happy that we have Friday night hockey back. It's good to be back in the full swing of the season.
Yeah, and sports on campus are rolling right now. You got Friday night hockey, you got Saturday football, of course, a lot of midweek games for soccer going on, so the campus is abuzz.
Here's a steal from DeCalloway, in on net, scores! Keegan DeCalloway does it again! How about that for a beauty goal?
DeCalloway with the steal, the move, and the score, as he had Baldwin looking a little silly there between the posts, trying to sprawl out and kick it away. Just not in time. If that's the goalie from yesterday and Mason Matthew, he might have gotten his foot to it in time.
2-0, late to go here in the first period. Adrian College trying to carry some momentum onto the second. Here's Hunter Allen. Gets around one, but not the second. Eli Reimer looking towards the front of the net. Allen to the point, across the blue line. McLaughlin with a shot tipped in front by Jammer. That puck had some eyes on it, and another great save from Baldwin. McLaughlin waits and shoots. Gets through a sea of bodies in front, but not the back of the net. Reimer to the front. Dead angle shot from Allen. It's just spun wide. Reimer on the outside hash marks. Soft backhand for Jammer, who looks for the wraparound. Good shoulder save. Baldwin again getting a big piece of that puck. Bulldogs are buzzing right now with 3:40 left to go in the first.
And Baldwin's done better than the scoreboard would indicate. You give up 2 goals in the first period, but he's done a great job at saving everything you'd expect him to save. It's those breakaway goals that we just seen from DeCalloway or the rebounds we seen earlier.
Not a whole lot as a netminder that you can do on a power play, and then a turnover on your own blue line and a breakaway that you alluded to. And not for nothing, he did almost make the save on both of those goals. So I will definitely agree with you. Standing tall as his team being outshot 16-4 with 3:31 left to go in the first.
And the Bulldogs outshot the Timberwolves last night in every period except the second.
This is escorted off to the wing. Weidman gets a stick from behind. This will draw a call. Bulldogs will head back to the power play. Easy penalty for the officials to whistle down, as it's a 2-minute minor infraction for tripping.
And it's going to go against Bryce Garber, the senior forward out of Indiana. Just got a little bit too greedy, but also you want to try to slow down this Bulldogs fast-paced offense in the neutral zone. You're going to find your stick.
One power play goal today already for the Bulldogs, as a quick snapshot from McLaughlin is found by the glove of Baldwin. Again, only 5 seconds ticking off before the first whistle on the power play. We had that on the last one. It's kind of strange. Don't see that every day. We'll see if we get another goal.
Bulldog team.
Yeah. We'll see if we get another goal. Here's McLaughlin to Turin. Lets it go. Sticked away by Baldwin. Saw all of that one, so easy save for him. McLaughlin, wrist shot. Glove save by Baldwin. He'll catch it and hold on. I like
this Bulldog team likes to shoot quick on the power play because it creates opportunities like we seen last time with deflections. But when you're shooting so high that it's an easy glove save at eye level.
Adrian, too, likes to stack bodies in front for the deflections as well as the flash screens. That certainly helps them out. And a sloppy play on the blue line. McLaughlin will have to head back as Reimer sent Vanderdonk crashing into the boards. Could have been a breakaway for the Timberwolves. There goes Mateo Turin, the big man. Stick lift, and he gets the puck right back. Now it's Mins. Right point for McLaughlin. Reimer. Back for Mins. Short pass there from McLaughlin. Stops momentarily, dead in tracks. McLaughlin's shot gets through, tipped off the back. I believe that was James Sigmund who got a piece of it.
It was either Sigmund or it was a little bit of friendly fire from Turin, but definitely one of those players battling in front. Bulldogs are going to go for a complete line change here on the power play, but it's been a good job in this power play from Baldwin at just standing in his ground. I think he's figured out what the Bulldogs are trying to do and doing everything he can to neutralize it.
This is swept back. Zaski will have to get it. There's just about 35 seconds left. And their 5-on-4 opportunity. Takes a sidestep and decides to work it down the middle. Dropped it back for Marley, who will slingshot into gear. Circles around the zone, still holding on to it. Passes for Zaski. Now to Calloway. Opens up, no pass option for him. 10 seconds left. Tip down of the zone, and that just about does it on the 5-on-4. Tegan Schur is able to get it out. Calloway lost his stick. Gajewski all alone. Too many stick handles as he lost the puck. Gets it back and is fighting on his own. Across the ice for Strasky. Less than 60 seconds remaining as we get an icing call, which will give our face-off off to the left.
Yeah, you mentioned all those sticks on the ground. How about a high stick?
Yeah, Hunter Allen going to the box. I didn't necessarily see anything on that play, but the officials deciding otherwise. So a late power play chance now for the Timberwolves, their first of the day. And if nothing changes, it'll carry on into the second period.
Does change the face-off, though. As we're going to be down here in the Bulldogs' end instead of down for the Timberwolves, had it have been icing.
Clearing attempt is successful. Brandon Nye shoots that puck all the way down. Leo Crawford to Bedanko in between his feet. Baldwin swinging it around the boards. Give and go pass. Intercepted by Nye. 1-on-3 on our near side corner. Doing some good work at killing the clock. Stepping up was Weidman on Bedanko. Not in front of the Zamboni door. Turin will head after it. Two seconds left, and the horn will sound. End of the first period. Bulldogs carrying a nice 2-0 lead after the first 20 minutes of play, though there will be 1 minute and 6 seconds of power play time for Northwood University to begin the second period. So maybe some strategy and plays to draw up in the locker room for the Timberwolves, but all around good play on both sides.
Yeah, and you'd like to see the Bulldogs increase their level of physicality. The physicality is really being brought to them right now by the Timberwolves team. They're not standing there and letting it happen by any means, but the initiators are definitely this Timberwolves squad, and that's not something you like to see, especially from a Bulldogs team that usually brings a level of physicality to each game.
If I were to guess, probably one of the messages from head coach Gary Astalos after yesterday's game was, it's possible that they could actually dial back their physicality, because sometimes when they get a little bit too rough and tough, they wind up drawing some calls. And yesterday there were some penalties that they committed that they didn't need to, and that came from extra things after the whistle and hits that weren't fully necessary. But Northwood, on the other hand, does need to keep up the physical pace of play, because banging bodies and separating the player from the puck will be key for them if they want to find a goal or two to try and tie this game up. But our scoring summary after 20, Eli Reimer assisted from Caleb Mins at 10:23 in the power play, and then Keegan DeCalloway unassisted at 15:21, had a goal yesterday on the breakaway, has another one today for his second of the season. Zamboni will take to the ice as we get a resurfacing, and we'll take an intermission up here in the booth. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer will be back with the second period between Northwood and Adrian College. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
That weekend is up.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Second period, puck drop just moments away. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth for a Friday night ACHA D1 matchup between the Northwood University Timberwolves and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV for this next 20-minute frame. 2-0 our score so far, and a good period for the Dogs. to open this one up.
Well, Herm, real quick, something that I just noticed as everybody was coming out of the locker room, quite literally the last player to come out for the Timberwolves and came out just before the whistle was Baldwin. And I'm curious what the mindset there is as a goalie yourself. What do you think he's thinking coming out so late in before the period starts?
I'm sure it was probably some kind of equipment malfunction or something he was adjusting. Normally goalies are pretty routine about what time they come onto the ice. Probably a last-second slip-up there. I wouldn't read too much into that one from Baldwin because he's been pretty shut down so far in this one. Bulldogs on the PK to start this period as a backhand sent through the crease. Traska got the first one on the initial drive. Right side point now to the left. Sigmund to Stangline, lets one go. Good shot block from Mott as he got in the way and is able to clear it all the way down. Two nice defensive plays from Nathaniel Mott as he gets the shot block and the clear. With some speed as the power play expires. Timberwolves heading up ice, trying to find a piece of it was Garber, as he never got to it in time. Toth operating with little room, sends this all the way down. The icing waved off as Baldwin swept it to the side. Turin on the left dot. Sent a nice shot in front that was shouldered away by Baldwin. Sidestep from Asanawe. Quick wrister on Traska as he put up puck up into the netting. 18:26 left to go here in the second period.
Already three quick shots here in this period from both these teams combined, as went into the break there at 19-4, now sitting at 20-6. And that's the lowest shot total in a period for this Timberwolves squad, really showing how stout this Bulldogs defense as a team has been.
Strasky gets this to go around the boards. Reimer through traffic. Turned over as he picks it back up in front of his own bench. Good pass to Jammer. Looking for a lane. And is shifted into the corner. Stepping off the blue line is Brow as this popped up over everybody's head. Heads back to it, and here come the Timberwolves. Quick backhand pass connects with Asanawe. Tries to get through Strasky, shut him down, no doubt about that. Brow to Jammer. To Smith, tried the toe drag, poke checked off his blade. A chopping backhand and a late hit there in front of the bench on Smith from Asanawe. Not really hard enough for a penalty to be called, but something to keep an eye on. Vanderdonk with a turned over pass. Allen tried to get it and sent his man down. This is under the body of Stangline. And the officials have just decided to blow it dead. The puck was lodged under the body. 17-17 left to go here in the second.
That's partially a decision based on player safety as well. You don't want the player down there just getting poked at, kicked, stomped on, who knows what else down there in that pile. So blow it dead, we'll get a face off. Basically in the exact same spot anyway, so not much of a change.
This is poked to the top of the blue line. Here's Hunter Allen skating through center. Mins tried to send him a feed in the slot, but it was too far ahead of his reach. Puck was over the line. McLaughlin dumped it into the zone. Mins steps up to make a hit. He's battling there with Mott and Allen. Sigmund off the boards. Pickpocketed by Allen. Here's Marley off to Mins. Sends it rink wide. Mott will head in after it. We'll get coverage by Mins back on the blue line. Now they change positions. Mott back to defense. Mins to his forward spot. Marley after it. Allen goes for the hit. Takes a tumble in the process. McLaughlin denied. Attempted a dump in, tipped out of midair, flipped over the heads of everybody. Glove down, the ground ball played by Mott, as this does not have enough force for the icing. Around the boards it goes. Long shot, well off target. Here come the Timberwolves. Speeding down is Schur. Schur through McLaughlin. Now gets a stick to the back and sent down hard to the ice. Timberwolves could have gotten called with too many men on the ice there. They were in the process of a change, but I don't think the officials saw it as they were delayed on the offsides. Had to go back to the blue line to restart their rush. Zaski pulls up, gives it for Nye. Into the soft area of the ice. Reagan evades a hit. There's a speeding Todorovic in on net, lost it now to the slot, trying to find some options, but nobody home. Sure, across the way for McCarthy. Now it's Garber, dropped for Todorovic, over the line, he's on sides. Flubbed the shot as it was sticked away, and an awkward kick. Turin was able to find his way to it. Long pass through the legs of Weidman, tipped down and taken away by Sure. A good play from him to stop that offensive drive. Sam Asanawe shut down on the entry by Toth. Off the boards and back to the blue it goes. Zaski flips it to the Bruiser logo at center ice. And back towards Traska. Toth to Gajewski. In front of his own bench. Hit hard there, still has some eyes on the puck. Turin, quick feed for DeCalloway, clanked off of his stick, didn't quite glue to it the way that he wanted to. Brow at center, off the boards for DeCalloway. Turin on the right wing, lets a shot go, blockered away. Nice save from Baldwin. Track that from blade to waffle. Turin picks up. Glove goes flying out of the left hand of Colin March, or the right hand rather. Left facing for us for the first second. No icing as Brow is the first defenseman back. Strasky up for Smith, who flutters it through the air. Strasky behind his net. Trying to angle it was Reimer. Tipped on net. Good save by Traska, who wasn't fully ready for it at first. 13-13 left to go in the second period. Still a 2-0 score for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a long series there without much, really. I mean, we had 3 total shots in 5 minutes of continuous play, so not much happening, but a great tip there by Owen Croston as he tried to get it in on net.
Mott's feed tipped up in the air. Here's Justin Jammer over the line. Trying to hit up Reimer, who gets it behind the cage. McLaughlin at the left point. His pass on ice gets stolen by Smith. Looking for a man in front of his Jammer, but the pass behind his body. Bad turnover for the Timberwolves. Gives some space for Smith. Reimer. Jammer looking for it. Off to Smith. No shot from him. Now it's released into the chest. Watched it all the way was Peter Baldwin.
Really starting to like some of the defensive-minded plays out of James Sigmund here in this second period of play. He's not afraid to get a little bit dirty with it. He's getting tangled up with... He got tangled up with Luke Marley earlier, took him to the ground. No whistle, so ref obviously didn't see it, and then he just laying out to put his body in front of the puck a couple times as well.
Up top at the point. There's a drive from the stick of Toth. Zaski for Toth, now to Allen. Connects on a good feed. This is up in the air. See what the officials are discussing here. Bulldogs saw something they didn't like. It was kind of obstructed on my view towards the corner, so I'm not sure what they're looking at here.
Baldwin went to pass the puck from behind the net. There were Bulldogs converging on him, and he saucered the puck straight up, out, and over instead of passing the puck in play. I don't know if that has something to do with the Bulldogs being upset. It definitely looked as if Baldwin was intentionally trying to get the puck out of play. But
there's a penalty on the play, and it's against Northwood. I'll be curious to find out what the call is for, because I never saw the signal from the officiating staff. But the door is open, and nobody in the box yet.
I think it's going to go on Baldwin because it looks like they're trying to make someone else serve.
Maybe. Let's see.
They're sending Massaro to the box. I don't think he was on the ice when the whistle blew. So, interesting situation here. Interesting to hear what our PA is going to call that as.
Yep. We'll have to find out what Goose says over the loudspeaker. So we get the puck drop and another power play ensuing for the Bulldogs. Here's Zaski. Teeing it up is Gajewski. He scores! 6 seconds is all it took. Bulldogs strike. It's 3-0.
As you said, the one-timer got teed up and absolutely obliterated it from right outside the circle, burying it past Baldwin with some heat. And how about that? 3 power plays in this game, and the Bulldogs have shot within 5 seconds of each of them.
We saw Gajewski mirror that same exact play against Trine. And man, oh man, that thing was absolutely hammered. Niedemont off the faceoff. Now it's McLaughlin heading up for Reagan. Oh man, he's hit hard right in the cage. He's down in some pain. We'll see when we get the whistle. Oh, and this does not look good for Cash Reagan. Reagan took a shot right to the face mask. And that's one, as the officials, I'm sure they're going to talk about this and maybe change their minds. But that's a scary, scary play for number 44 in yellow.
Reagan seems to be getting up under his own accord, which is very good to see here for these Bulldog fans. It's interesting to note that after that hit, we didn't see any signal of a delayed call or anything, which I almost expected. I started looking around for it because it was just it was a shoulder check straight to the face.
Yep. Sebastian Smith is going to have some discussion with the officials, and it doesn't look like they're going to call anything. They probably believe that there was no malicious intent on the play and nothing out of the ordinary. So we continue on 5-on-5, and let's hear the penalty from before. Oh, you're right. Delay a game on Baldwin. How about that? You don't see that every day. So Baldwin took the penalty that ultimately resulted in the Bulldog power play goal. Here's Justin Jammer over the line trying to find Eli Reimer. Turned over the other way. McLaughlin angles the body into the boards. Might see a flurry of some hits coming up in the next few moments. Smith takes a chop. Again, the Bulldogs want a call. They're not going to get one. Mott, the last man back, will have to start it from his own ends. Mott to Reimer. Cuts right to left. Taken by Smith. Nice reverse hit sent on to Temple. Mott opens up with a half slap shot that gets to the net but deflected wide. Reimer, a backhand in the slot, gets his own rebound. Will go for the wraparound. Doesn't let it go. Up top for Brown. Now it's Mott. Takes a good look, fires, and that's tipped high and wide. Spinning on net. There's a chance in front. It was Jammer who had it in the paint. Couldn't bank it home. Marley with the steal in the neutral zone. It's sent into his body. Here's a look towards the front. Open net. Big save made. Baldwin might have got a piece of it with the blocker. Good cross crease play from the Bulldogs, but they can't convert.
I think Baldwin got exactly a toe of the skate on that puck to make the save there.
Strasky cutting in over the line. Mins to Marley. Right side dot. Up top. Allen lets it go. Glove save made by Baldwin. The rebound right there, sprawling around. There's an arm up and a penalty against the Bulldogs. I think this is going to be goaltender interference against Hunter Allen.
That was almost deflected into the back of the net by Chase Temple. Coming off of Baldwin, it hit Temple's leg and almost bounced right into the goal. They got lucky that Baldwin was able to swipe that away. Some really good reflexes today for Baldwin as he's seen 26 shots.
So a power play now for the Timberwolves. They start things off up at the top. Quick wrister eaten up by the chest logo of Traska.
How important of a power play is this for the Timberwolves, too? Also, they just shot within 4 seconds of the power play, so both teams continuing the trend, might as well, but...
Very strange to see that happening on all the power plays here today. But a vital chance, as you were starting to mention, for Northwood University. They really need to find one here to try and stay in the game. This goes all the way down. Baldwin to play it. Lets it go off the forehand. Nye was in hot pursuit for a second. Will change and gets replaced by Blake Weidman. Turin will look after the puck now. Forces a momentary turnover, but it's Bedenko who wears the A on his sweater. That will carry it from his defensive side, hopefully towards the O zone. Chopping at it is Weidman, who just got enough air on it. Didn't touch the puck, but did some air bending over it to move it ahead. Asanawe in front of the scorer's table, drops off. Here's a steal from Weidman. Weidman didn't have enough room to try and break in on his own, so he sent it in onto Baldwin to get some fresh legs out there. Smart when you're on the PK. Tipped over the shoulder of McLaughlin to Callaway. Takes a nice reverse hit. This is Garber up top. Skating left to right. Now back to where he started. Heavy slap shot. Save made by Traska. The rebound picked up. And Nye is able to get it out just in time.
Traska's going to owe Nye some food after that one as Traska was in a very dangerous spot and Nye just scooped the puck up and skated away with it to save his team a goal.
Clean penalty kill for the Bulldogs. Hunter Allen out of the box. Traska plays it on his forehand up the boards for Jammer. Across the rink for Allen. Allen, a nice pass intended for Jammer as it bounced off the boards. Reimer shielding looks to the backhand, maybe a behind the back shot. Mott to McLaughlin, lets it go, doesn't get through traffic. Jammer after and trying to kick the skate out was McLaughlin. Mott has to hurry, he does, and will win the race for the icing. 6:26 left to go in our second period.
I'm surprised we didn't get a whistle there and another penalty on the Timberwolves as Zachary McCarthy was just, he tripped up Justin Jammer and then just started cross-checking straight into his back as Jammer was trying to get up. With 4 officials on the ice, you really can't let that one slip through your vision.
Off the draw, Smith turning with a shot. Sent over the top of the crossbar. Brow with his pass ahead of the play. Up for Smith, Marley couldn't play it. Glove down by Smith, he'll wait for the zone entry. D-to-D pass, play set up by Crawford. Shot this all the way down, no icing. Brow has it and leaves it behind the net for Strasky. Couple of stick handles. Good feed for Smith. Now it's Marley breaking to the net. Marley in, stolen at the last second. Mins with a try. It's still loose, covered up. The whistle goes. Marley takes a shot to the face. McCarthy absolutely sucker punched Marley as the whistle was being blown. And the officials step in to separate the masses.
Well, once again, it's McCarthy as the culprit there in another physical tie-up situation. This time he will pay the price.
We'll see if we get calls on one side or both. For now, there's only McCarthy heading to the box, so I think the Bulldogs will have a power play.
And something tells me we're going to have to look quick if the trend continues.
What is the over-under that we get a whistle in 5 seconds? What are the betting statistics on that?
Well, something tells me the odds aren't in our favor as we've had it on, I think, all but one power play in this game from either team, and the one power play that it was on was the first power play of the game for the Timberwolves as they actually took their time before taking their first shot. Every single power play since, it's been immediately off the face-off and in a quick shot.
See a shot there of the Bulldog bench. Head coach Gary Estalos, assistant coaches Doug Raymond and Tyler Cataline. Bulldogs start their power play up. Mins to the right circle for Reagan. Now it's McLaughlin. Let a shot go. Tipped in front. Popped over the head of Baldwin. Reagan took a shot as he was going to get the puck on the boards. McLaughlin across the blue line to Mins. Will walk it right back. McLaughlin opens up. Here's some free space. Reimer takes a shot trying to find Turin in front. He was right there, but it skipped over his blade. Back for Reimer. Tipped on net. Save made by Baldwin. He's got it in the glove.
Little extracurriculars after the play there, and instead of 5 seconds, it was 25 seconds this time. Or mind you, my math is off. I've just re-looked at the clock and realized it was 35 seconds. So that's always fun, but Bulldogs got to watch it here as I think Timberwolves are trying to draw them into committing some after-whistle penalties.
I would agree. Bulldogs definitely need to be smart. And there you go, crystal ball. Bulldogs are going to take one here. And though it wasn't after the whistle, mid-play, taken down was Robert Vanderdonk. And he's in some pain. But Griffin Zaski will go to the box.
Looks like the Bulldogs might have two going.
Yeah, you're right. Gajewski and Zaski to the box. We'll see what kind of numbers they give them. This is going to be 4-on-3.
I know it looked like there was a tripping, definitely, and I think you signaled to me that one of the officials gave a slashing call, so.
I didn't see it. That's what I was trying to figure out, whether it was a trip or a slash. It was one of the two for sure.
I think the center ice, what caused the player down, looked to be a trip from this angle.
There's a good look for Northwood. They try and find the backhand, but no dice there. It was Sigmund. Now looking as Garber. Off to Sigmund. They set up. Garber, a slap shot. Fought off by Traska. Makes the save. We definitely have some chirping going on in the box. Hard to hear some of the words being exchanged, but I'm sure it's nothing but kind pleasantries.
Well, it's interesting because McCarthy being so physical throughout the game on the ice, he's actually just turning his back to the Bulldogs players in the box and almost ignoring them.
That is the smart thing to do. Bedanko to Sigmund. Right back to Sigmund. Playing catch is him and Garber. Sigmund and Garber change places. There's a shot soaked in front. Sigmund to Garber. Off to the flank. Now it's Bedanko. Had a goal yesterday. Sigmund to Bedanko. Back to Sigmund. Soaked again, but McLaughlin stepped in front. Sigmund shot wide of the net to the glove end of Traska. Rimmed all the way down, and that will kill off some time. Bulldogs need fresh legs on their 4-on-3. That will turn into a 5-on-3, so the numbers very much stacked against them for the next 50 seconds. Todorovic connects with Croston. Dropped back for Stangline. Up top, Todorovic to Stangline. A give and go. Todorovic. Todorovic slap shot. Stopped by Traska. The rebound in front. It's in between the feet. Nobody can find it. There's the rebound. Fought off by Traska. Got it with the blocker. 25 seconds left. Here's a heavy one-timer falling down to the ice with Stangline. Never got the opportunity to let it rip. Jammer trying to find the backhand. Bulldogs need to clear it out of the zone. There's a shot high over the glove of Traska. A couple of good looks for the Timberwolves. They can't find what they're looking for. Last second shot. Traska gets it in the glove. He'll hold on 1 second, reading on our clock for the 5-on-3 before Zaski and Gajewski exit the box. Definitely have to watch out for Gajewski and Zaski as they get out of the penalty box here. March is aware of it. We'll see if the Bulldogs can get crafty. Zaski and Gajewski able to return to the ice surface and rejoin the fight. Hard hit in front of the bench by Zaski. Bodies starting to fly. Mott will turn on this, go to the boards for Turin, and a nice feed for DeCalloway. Skating up center, DeCalloway for Turin, tipped by the stick of Crawford. Mott trying to let it go, it was blocked, and a good steal for Marley. Marley has Gajewski in front, looks backhand, skates around the zone, to the top of the crease for Gajewski, it's poked off his blade. Off the high glass and out. Mott will chase it. Behind him is Massaro. And 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Things heating up here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Allen tried to get crossed up, tipped, it's loose, fighting for the puck, and taken away by the Timberwolves. They'll head up ice. Schurer cuts to the middle, clocked off the puck. Now it's Dufani, lets a shot go, stopped, and held onto by Traska. Timberwolves have had a number of really good chances in the past 5 minutes in the late stages of this second period. Certainly showing some signs of life.
So the 2 penalties were officially slashing and unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsmanlike going against Zaski.
Just means he said something to somebody after the whistle that the officiating staff didn't like. Either that or to a player. There's an outstretched pass, finds its way to Blake Weidman. Pulls up, looks to the middle, nice play, nice backhand stop, denied. Weidman, top of the circle, lets a wrist shot go, it stays in. Reagan sachets it for Nye. Strasky on the hunt. Nye finds Weidman up at the top of the blue line. Tipped around, Weidman now off to the races. Here's Garber. Lets a shot go, fought off by Traska. Good save off the blocker side shoulder. This is going to be called for icing as the Bulldogs look to get a fast change at the end of the period.
Yeah, and going back to Zaski's unsportsmanlike conduct, I don't think he liked it too much either, because he came out the box and he beelined it for Leo Crawford, launched him in the air and into that point where the bench area starts, just right into the corner of the glass. It's an unfortunate hit for a freshman to take.
Long drive from center ice, gloved by Traska. Around the boards for Jammer. Couldn't find his way to stick to it. And I think there's going to be another call against the Bulldogs. Cross-checking is the signal against Alex Bedenko, and it's Eli Reimer who's going to head to the sin bin. This is the discipline that we talked about early in this game and especially yesterday. These are the bad habits that you cannot find its way into your game.
No, and that's one of those plays where it looked like Raymer didn't even care. He was skating to the bench almost as if he knew it was going to be called. Didn't try to argue his point, just get to the bench, serve your time.
Little time left in the second. Garber's shot tipped into the netting.
And once again, 6 seconds into the penalty clock, we have another whistle. The last 2 penalties, it didn't happen.
Ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen something like that before. 15 left. Sigmund, the Stang line. Good blocker save from Traska. Stang line cross the ice. Let a shot go. Big block from Mott. The follow-up chance also blocked. A third block as McLaughlin wears that one. 3 huge soaks at the end of the second period to get time to expire. Bulldogs, with their 3 shot blocks, will carry a 3-goal lead into the third period, but again, will begin the next period down on the PK for 1 minute and 35 seconds. But overall, good play from the yellow, black, and white.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs, you really have to love what you're seeing out of Traska right now. He's doing everything for you in between the sticks. He's not giving up any open looks, and when he does, your team's coming through to help. That's what you need to see out of some team play here going forward, as we just seen Mott laying out to block one, and then you have DeCallaway blocking another, and it closed out with McLaughlin blocking that last shot. Just a phenomenal job by this Bulldogs defense to help out their goalie so that he doesn't have to stand on his head here late. It should be a lot more than 16 shots on goal, if we're being honest. This Bulldogs defense has done a great job at eating those, wearing them, and moving the puck up the ice.
Adrian College still has some work to do as they head into the third period. They've got some penalty time to kill off, and they definitely need to stay out of the box for the rest of the game. 3-0 our score after 40 minutes. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth on the call. We'll get a resurfacing on the ice. We'll take a step aside and be back with the third period after the break. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News & World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Both teams take to the ice as we get geared up for our third and final regulation period in this Friday night ACHA D1 matchup between the Northwood University Timberwolves and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. Bulldogs leading this game by a score of 3-0 as we've gone through 40 minutes of play. Eli Reimer with the first goal of the game on the power play at 10:23 in the first period. Keegan Calloway unassisted at 15:21 in the first. And the lone goal in the second period belonging to Dylan Gajewski. Another power play tally, assisted by Griffin Zaski. Bulldogs just have to keep it simple to try and close this one out.
And it's really been the special teams for this Timberwolves squad that's let them down so far in this series. 5 of the 8 goals the Bulldogs have scored have been on a power play of some sort.
So we kick things off. Bulldogs, again, starting this period off shorthanded as the Timberwolves on the 5-on-4 power play. They work from left to right, and this is quickly blown down for offsides.
So the Timberwolves actually outshot the Bulldogs there in the second period, 12-11. It hasn't updated yet, but
there we go, you are right. A lot of those shots I really felt like came in the last 2.5 minutes of the game. Or 2.5 minutes of the period, I should say. So swept up the board. Scarber takes a look, lets it go. Rebound in front. Big save made by Traska. Sprawling across the crease. Got the second one. highlight reel stuff from Peyton Traska, and he'll get some big stick taps on the bench from his teammates. Those are the ones that you remember. And 2 key stops from Peyton Traska. It's going to be a penalty against the Bulldogs again. And it will have more penalty trouble early on in this third period. Tripping against Blake Weidman is the call. So it'll be 5-on-3 for 19 seconds. And then it'll go to 5-on-4 after that.
Well, we've seen a lot of quick shots into power plays before. This is when the Timberwolves need to shoot quick. They have 19 seconds. If they can score, they're putting themselves right back into this game.
Crawford to Bedanko, up top, wrist shot, pad save made by Traska. Crawford again. Bedanko, quick lace shot, blocked off the shin pad of Callaway, stepped in the lane. Reimer is able to step out of the box, will go back to the bench to be replaced by Brandon Nye. Bedanko rips it around the boards. Mott meets it. Jackknifed ahead. And handled by Asanawe. Bedanko at the top of the circle, now to the blue line, walks it. Asanawe, quick pass over for Crawford. Errant pass, it's turned over, maybe some space to operate. 3-on-1, short-handed rush. The Callaway moves it over, big save made. Nice stop coming across the crease from Baldwin. And that would have been disaster for the Timberwolves if they gave up another shorty. .40 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Timberwolves working it over the line, pulling up is Todorovic. Around the boards for Strasky. Has some time to shoot it down. This goes off the glass. Baldwin out of his crease. Works it on the backhand. As heading his way was Justin Jammer. Garber's shot patted away by Traska. 10 seconds now on the 5-on-4. Top of the circle. Timberwolves can't hold on to it. It was a sloppy play from Stenglein as he's hammered hard into the boards. Will take a second to get up. And out of the zone this puck comes. Bulldogs have killed it off. They were 5-on-4, 5-on-3, back to 5-on-4. And they come out with no blood drawn. Turn with a pull move. On the backhand, it's turned over. Speeding is Massaro. Gets over the line. Hammered by Zaski into the boards. My goodness. Toth to Turin. Now it's Reimer. Goes 1-on-2 into the corner. Sprays the snow on the glass. Lost the puck. And it's kept in by Toth. Slashing. A penalty. And it's going to go against Reimer.
Reimer just getting a little bit too undisciplined right now for this Bulldogs team, and they've only had a short stretch in the last 20 minutes or so where they haven't been in the box.
Basically, this first 5 minutes of the third period has been spent shorthanded by Adrian College. Though having success with the PK, you don't want to be down in numbers for this extended period of time. Puck is coughed up and sent into the bench area of the Timberwolves. That's out of play, so 21 seconds into the power play, a stoppage. But the faceoff will be in the offensive zone for Northwood.
It all really started with that goalie interference call on Hunter Allen back about midway through the second period, and then you had 3 more penalties for the Bulldogs in that period and 2 more to start this one.
Timberwolves cycle the puck. Top of the right face-off circle. Mohawk move and a shot. Good block there in front by Weidman. Shot blocking clinic for Adrian College through the second and the third period. So skimmed around the boards, hopped over the stick of Traska, never had a chance to play it. Weidman will take it down himself, makes a nice move, opens up, stick checked and a changing possession. That was Garber with the stick. Slap shotted on goal, and Baldwin blockers it aside. Hooking, a penalty being called. We'll see who it's against. I think it's against Northwood. Yep, Bryce Garber going to the box. So that'll cancel out the power play for the Timberwolves, and will be 4-on-4 for the next minute and 3 seconds. Northwood gets the puck off the draw. Crawford trying to work his way past Strasky, and it is icing.
Well, this time we're 8 seconds into a power play before we get a whistle, so just quick whistles all over the place when these power plays start.
Timberwolves unsuccessful on their zone entry. They dish it back for Defani. Defani looking. Here's a slap shot. Blocker save made by Traska, fought it off. Allen skating up Main Street. Makes a nice move. A good look towards the net. Chance in front. Strasky can't stuff it. Leo Crawford taking. Will make his drive up the freeway, dumps it in, had no support, so elected to reposition it towards the wall area. Reagan breaking loose, all alone now has Reimer, who's out of the box, and the Bulldogs to the power play now. McLaughlin will take his time behind Traska. Now goes to skate it. Tipped up, will stay in. Turin moving the boots. This gets locked up along the boards. Trying to dig it out is Mins. 2-on-2 along the wall. Finally it's free. Here's Reagan. No shot from him. Reimer, a back pass and a drive on net. Glove down by Baldwin.
That turn was fighting through the contact there, trying to stretch out and just get a stick to the puck, create that little tip to redirect into the goal. Unfortunately, that contact from behind knocked Turin's balance off, and
Toth has this puck with 5 seconds left in their power play as time expires. Getting over the line is DeCallie with some help from Smith. I don't think Smith has been short-shifted in this game, but haven't seen him as much as we saw him yesterday. As this is shoveled out of the zone, crosses both blue lines. Doesn't quite have the space for icing as Gajewski forces the play to continue. Smith steps in, knocks it loose, and all the way down it goes. Wrist shot, wide to the blocker side of Traska. Garber, a back pass to Crawford. Glove down out of midair by Marley. Trailer in front and Smith, hash mark, pad save, the rebound through the crease, it doesn't go. Good look for the Bulldogs. Definitely don't need that one for the fourth, but could use it nonetheless. Top of the point. First shot gets blocked. Flipped out of harm's way. Marley will go for a change. Timberwolves work it up. McCarthy smashed into the glass, and this is on net. Traska will cover up.
Marley blocked that shot with his hand. Incidentally, he just was moving his stick and caught it straight off. Looked like the index finger as he went to the bench area, so hoping he's okay. He had his glove off well before he got there, so.
Top of the line. Shot is sticked away by Traska. Piece of lumber goes flying back at the blue. I will carry it over the center ice red line. Diagonal pass gets stolen. McClellan, good hard back check from Brandon Nye, as he'll take that away. Those are the kind of simple plays that earn you some more ice time. Floating backhand from Asanawe. Glove down by Traska. 11:02 remaining in the third period.
Really like to see the Timberwolves turn up the pressure here a little bit. They seem to be so locked in on just making contact that they're not trying to create any opportunities for their offense.
Breaking through the zone. Mateo Turin gets to it. Angled into the boards. As he pops it behind his body, Strasky needs to get back to try and cancel out this play. Ricocheted on net. Now to the corner. Turin starts the breakout. And a pass is turned over. Slapped behind the net. Traska will stop it. Strasky gathering the troops. Fanned on his first pass, so he'll skate it back. Skating in front of Traska, that was Garber. Now it's Reimer off to his left. Turin goes for a run. Big hit from Turin right in the face. And no doubt about that one, that was a very high hit. This could be more than a 2.
Looked like Turin put so much into that hit that he was actually shaking his arm. They're going to get him for high sticking as of right now.
And a timeout's going to be taken by Northwood, which will give us some time to pause just for a second. We'll be right back after this quick timeout break. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Quick timeout taken by the Timberwolves as they look to draw up some strategy for their next power play. Mateo Turin to the box for charging. Northwood has had no luck today on the 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 power play.
I think you're right with the call that should have been made, should have been charging, but it looked like Jonesy signaled for high sticking when he came in front of the scorekeeper's area over here.
Oh, you're right, it is high sticking. I would have figured that's a charge because it was a hit, but not my call to make, not the official. 20 seconds gone in the 5-on-4. Northwood sets up shop. Puck is bobbled on the left side of the blue line as it's rotated towards the corner. Simon, Stengline, lets a shot go, blocked in front. Bulldogs clear it down, tipped before it could head down the full length of the ice. But instead, the Timberwolves decide to skate it back all the way behind their goaltender. Stutter step from Garber. Good stick work by Weidman to make life more difficult. Garber to the dot, shot on net, stick save made by Traska. Here's a wrister, gloved by Traska. Man, Peyton Traska has been absolutely phenomenal today.
What a way to stay alert there, too. That puck gets stolen away from him, and it's so easy for him in that moment to just hang his head a little bit, be upset that he wasn't able to trap it and it got ripped away from his hands. But he does a good job at getting his head around and finding that puck.
And just shows the level of experience from Traska, too. That first period, not a whole lot of action in his end. He's had to stay alert the entire time. And definitely has been doing his job very well. But Danko, a pass to the corner, will receive it back as the Callaway was pressing on him. Callaway stick in the lane. And it's gloved down by Traska as they shot it through the crease. 18 seconds left in the 5-on-4.
Vision doesn't get blocked much more than that, as there was a Bulldog and a Timberwolf standing on either shoulder of Traska there as he somehow finds some eye room to watch that puck into his glove.
Brow gets it. It stays in. Nice work there on the blue line. That was Temple. And again, Traska will put the goalie glove on top of the puck.
Only 9 seconds remain in the power play. You'd like to see the Bulldogs just clear this one out and save some gas for when their man gets back on the ice.
Off the draw again. Trickling towards Traska. He'll squeeze it. 5 seconds now.
The number 5 and power plays have been so synonymous with each other here today in this game.
Time winding down. Bulldogs have killed it off again. Turn is out of the box. He'll skate up ice, and it's stopped in the middle. Turin down Main Street, knifed off his blade. Turning quickly is Strasky as he gets it to Weidman. Weidman all the way up into the netting. Needed to keep that lower to try and get it off the glass.
I like that the Bulldogs have really started to settle themselves down as far as physicality goes, but it's been due to a lot of the Timberwolves just being the aggressors and the Bulldogs settling in after so many penalties to start this third period.
Saucer puck at the Zamboni entrance door. As this is topped over the heads of all the skaters on the ice. McCarty lets it go. And again, Bulldogs, this is getting a little bit too much. Interference against Adrian College as Dylan Gajewski is being escorted to the box. See back on the Northwood bench, that was Robert Vanderdonk trying to fire up his squad. Looking to get something going with 7:11 remaining. Sigmund on the blue line. Dishes to Garber. They try and deflect it in front, but it doesn't take the right angle. Sigmund waiting for a pass. Instead, it's distributed to Garber. Lets a shot go, fought off. Traska with the save. Shot down the ice. Baldwin to leave it behind the net. Sigmund to Todorovic. Weidman forces Todorovic to trip up his own player. Bulldogs had some time to clear it. And they get it all the way down. Baldwin out of his crease. Weidman makes the play and steals it. Jammer in front, lets it go, pad save. Nice stop from Baldwin. Jammer takes a hit, never had the puck. Asanawe with speed. Off as a shot block from Strasky. Rebound in front, it's cleared. Stick taps on the Bulldog bench. Asanawe to Crawford. Outside hash, it's Bedenko. Asanawe through traffic. Bedenko picks it up. Takes a look, no shot. Asanawe to Bedenko. Crawford, give and go. Wrist shot, blocker save, Traska. Asanawe opens up, releases, it's blocked and cleared. That is a big time clearance from Adrian College. Two seconds and one. Bulldogs again successful on the penalty kill. They've spent this entire third period practically in the box. Snapshot deflected into the net, and we stop with 4:59 left to go in the third period.
Well, the Bulldogs are 100% on their penalty kill today. Unfortunately, it's 10 for 10. They had 2 in the first period, 4 in the second period, and that Gajewski interference call there was the 4th one already here in the third.
Listen, it's good to be 100% on one of your special team units, but it's not good to have taken that many penalty minutes. That's too much.
Yeah, some quick math says that means you've had a player sitting in the box for 20 minutes of a...
It's an entire period.
Yeah.
Not good for AC. But good that they've gotten the job done regardless.
Unfortunately, as you look at the slate ahead, that's not something that's going to work against a lot of those other teams coming up.
It's not going to work against Pitt, and it's definitely not going to work against Liberty. So something that they certainly need to clean up. Opportunity in front, sliding across, Traska with the save. The follow-up chance, another blocker from Traska. 2 massive stops, and again a penalty. And I think that Zaski just got tossed. He did.
Zaski put the Timberwolves player, I didn't catch the number, I think it might have been Garber there, right in front of he put the Timberwolves player right in front of the goal into a headlock, spun him to the ground, and slammed him face first into the ice. So I'm not terribly surprised that he got thrown from this game. It looks like Sebastian Smith is going to serve for him, and that's now 11 penalties and 5 in the third period.
Point shot stopped by Traska.
Once again, 4 seconds into the power play. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Top of the circle. There's Garber who couldn't control it, and it's airmailed down the ice. Sigmund, an outstretched pass. Mott blocks the lane. McLaughlin, one-on-one in the corner. They send it to the point. Wrist shot, blocked. The rebounds. Got deflected in front, and Traska holds on.
The Bulldogs have been outshot in this period 14-4, and it's almost entirely because they've been on the penalty kill the entire time. I think the longest stretch they've gone without being on the penalty kill is maybe 3 minutes of game time.
So it's been a Timberwolf period. No doubt about that. And the Bulldogs handing the chances on a silver platter. They clear it again. Baldwin will stop it. So the initial call roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Saw him drawing with some players. That probably was the boiling point. Circling around the cage. It's deep in front. In the paint. Does not go. Good play from Jammer. Somehow got it to deflect off of his knee pad. Jammer crunches along the glass. Will play it off for Brow, who takes a hit, able to keep his feet. 20 seconds now left. Shots are almost even at 34-30 in favor of Adrian College. As this is lifted into the bench of AC. That'll get some words.
Yeah, and due to that 10-minute misconduct, that makes the Bulldogs' penalty minutes on the day 32 minutes. As with one whistle, 12 minutes got added to their penalty minutes on the day.
Across the lane. Shifting around, there's a steal from DeCallaway, a slap shot. Will go all the way down, and the PK will stay on fire. Reimer with the pickpocket. Smith off to the races. Somehow stays on the puck. Circles around. No shots for the Bulldogs in the past couple of minutes. You get one there, a high riser from McLaughlin. Not a tough stop for Baldwin.
I think that one would have gone over the crossbar even if he hadn't saved it. With just 2 minutes left in this game, it's interesting to see if the Bulldogs can stay clean and get out of here without adding more minutes.
Underneath the red line with little time remaining. Crawford all the way up. No icing as Mott continues to play. Back to the neutral zone. We'll see if we get any motion from Baldwin to our left, maybe for an extra attacker. No communication yet as we reach 90 seconds. Turin goes 1-on-2. Wrist shot goes wide. Back to the top of the dot. Mott takes one. There's an arm up. And the Bulldogs just cannot stay out of the box. Interference against Sebastian Smith. If Northwood was smart, they would pull Baldwin to go 6-on-4. But he's going to stay in his crease.
Which is an interesting call because right after you mentioned it the first time, it looked like coach over there for Northwood, Jordan Cooper, had started tapping players to get ready.
Sigmund waits. Lets a pass go, blocked at first. Sigmund back to the near side. Cycling around, this is Garber. Back for Sigmund at the top of the blue line. Less than a minute. Garber for Todorovic. Blocked in front. Will it get over the line? It stays in. We remain on sides. Bulldogs able to clear it. They make a change. On the ice now, it's Weidman, McLaughlin, and Jammer who came hopping over the bench. I believe this is called down for offsides with 29.5 left to go in the third.
Be interesting to see. Hopefully the Bulldogs can stay clean here and get out of here.
Jammer plays it, gets it down. Baldwin handles the rolling puck. 15 seconds left as number 15, Colin Baker, has it. One last rush for the Timberwolves. They gain the line. 3 seconds now. One more shot. Loose in front. They fight for it. The horn sounds. And that'll do it. A 30 save, 3-0 shutout for the Bulldogs and Peyton Traska as Adrian College sweeps the end of week series.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs, obviously you get the win on the scoreboard, but you have to imagine this team knows that this was not a win, and this was not a win if you play against one of the teams you're getting ready to play against these next 2 weekends, and they've really got to step things up. This was your first test. This was the litmus test of everything going forward, and if you can't play with the discipline that this team knows how to play with, the discipline we've seen coming into the second period, it's going to lead to a lot of issues as we move forward into this tough slate the Bulldogs have.
No doubt about that. And the biggest component of that, 10 penalties taken in a total of 60 minutes. Which is not good at all. Like you mentioned, if you're in the box for that amount of time, team like Pitt, team like Liberty, team like Ohio, any of your top 15 ranked teams in D1 play are fully going to take advantage of being on the power play for that amount of time. And I'm sure in the locker room, all the Bulldogs will give massive pad taps off to Peyton Traska for standing tall in this one, because he really had to come up large. Adrian was dominating early, and they really got sloppy towards the end. But Peyton Traska, certainly for me, my player of the game as the Bulldogs head back to their locker room to celebrate their series sweep. We look ahead at the schedule coming up. We've got more Bulldog action coming up this weekend and next weekend. Bulldogs will take some time off for the next couple of days. Their next contest, October 3rd and 4th, against the University of Pittsburgh. At Friday, puck drop will be at 7:05 p.m. and the Saturday at 1:05 right here on ACTV. So be sure to tune in for those games and the broadcasts against the University of Pittsburgh. And we will wish a good luck off to our women's D1 ACHA team. They haven't started playing their game yet, but they're down in Missouri. They have a 3-3, first starting against Lindenwood at 10:10 p.m. tonight on the road, and then 2 games back-to-back with Maryville, Saturday and Sunday. So a big good luck to our Lady Dogs as they have their first regular season contest this weekend. But from all of us up here in the booth, a 3-0 win and a series sweep for the Bulldogs as they top over Northwood University. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth saying good night. We will see you next week. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.